Panagdait sa tanang kabuhatan, I am Mary J. Villagonzalo Cagot, 20 years of age, currently living from Bulatok, Pagadian City, taking up Bachelor of Science in Accountancy course. Taking up an accountancy course is not easy as that what others think because some may think that we just need to compute for the loss and the profit or to balance for the debit and credit, but we should learn how to sacrifice and to take risks and to be disciplined enough in terms of reading and to understand the topic and to understand the situation and the problem that we may encounter not just in an accounting subjects but to all subjects, because comprehension is really the key for you to be able to strive for it and work for it, love for it, because just like in a law subject, that I honestly I can say that it's very hard to deal with, because in just reading for your first reading, you cannot say that you can understand immediately. You just need to read and read, browse for the topic in the internet for you to be able to understand the topic and the provision that are given in the subject. So first is that what have you learned from the subject? So the things that I have learned from this subject is that we really need to be determined enough, put an effort and being hardworking in terms of reading and understanding the topic, because we don't need to just read the topic but study with compassion and perseverance in dealing with the subject, in terms of the articles and the provision given. So one thing also is that I realized that because for me, I can say that I'm really afraid to commit mistakes because I get pressured easily. But through this subject, I realized that I am not perfect. I commit mistake. Committing mistake is not a hindrance for you to be able to strive for it, to strive hard. All we need to do is to embrace and accept the fact that we commit mistake, learn from it, and be a better version of yourself. I also learned from this subject is that having a purpose of a partnership, wherein a partnership must have a lawful object or a purpose that must be established for a common benefit or interest for the partners. Of course, if you sign a contract, that means that both parties are agrees that they bind themselves to contribute for money, property, or industry to a common fund, with the intention of dividing. Also, a partnership is perfected as a mere consent. Therefore, if you cannot sign a consent or make an agreement in a partnership, that means that it couldn't be considered as a partnership, because a partnership is expressed or implied. So last February 2019, our President Rodrigo Duterte signed into the law of the revised Corporation Code of the Philippines Republic Act 1232 that aims to improve the rules and the procedures in every businesses that is built here in the country. I also learned that the corporation are not created equal, some a special charter that is specifically promulgated by the legislative for the creation, and it has also two ways on how the corporation is being formed, or being created, like into a general law that govern in the corporation, specifically in our um, time right now, that the revised corporation code of the Philippines, and the other way is the special charter or special law that is promulgated by its creation. Last but not the least is that in a section 10, it talks about the number and qualification of the incorporation, and basically it is one of the biggest changes in the corporation code, because even partnership, association, and corporation, mm, singly or jointly, with others may now form a corporation pursuant to the. So for the second question is that how did you prepare yourself in every meeting? So I in every meeting I prepare myself by reading about the topic, browsing the internet about the related topic, so that I can understand more and jot down notes for those important points that is beneficial for the class, even if sometimes I cannot deny the fact that I am struggling for internet connection, but also I don't have any choice but to fight for it. Just um, find ways for me to be able to join in the class. Does the pandemic really affect you in learning and studying the subject? Why or why not? Honestly, we cannot deny the fact that every one of us are struggling our classes due to the pandemic, because personally, I can say that it's really hard to cope up as well as to interact with our professors and also to our classmates because of the circumstances that we may encounter nowadays, as well as sometimes I cannot say that I have a stable connection in terms of dealing with the classes. So I don't have any choice but to deal with it despite the hardships that we are facing right now. Because for me, personally, I can say that I lost my confidence and courage to study hard because of this situations that we are facing right now. I can say that my performances before and after and now is that it's very different, but despite all that, I really need to strive hard to try my best to put an effort into it. So next question is that how will you apply all your learnings from the question number 1 in your life? So the learnings that I got from the first question is that it helps me grow and think about in having a business. It should be lawful and wise enough to handle every circumstances. Just like we need to have a partner in life, not just an intimate partner, but a person whom you can be with, help each other to build a strong relationship and become successful through ups and downs. Because having a partner in life is that you really need to trust her or him. So despite of the circumstances that we may encounter, even if we cannot deny the fact that we encounter different people with different perspectives in life, but all we need to do is to accept the different flaws that we are. Okay, so for the last question is that how would you justify to your teacher that you are ready for the next law subject based on the syllabus given? So I can justify to my teacher that I am ready for the next law subject by having or showing my ability to learn, and also accepting the fact that I can commit mistake. Committing mistake um, is not a hindrance for me to be able to learn from the topic, to learn from the subject, and also um, I am also excited to learn new things and to learn a new topic with regards with the subjects that is beneficial for me and to be able to use it in the future and for me to be a better version of myself. That would be all. Thank you and God bless.